quite some time. When we built the park, I believe it was the county that told us that we couldn't have lights there because it would violate the valley. So whenever something comes before the council, we'll consider the pros and cons, but consider that there are issues beyond the people who live by the park, and there are issues beyond the people who want fields for kids for sport.
Well, my name is Shelley Washington Woodruff, and I'm the Snoqualmie Valley Soccer Association Board President. And you will see a lot of my face, and I do know that you will have a very strong parent constituent that has the same feeling.
Good.
Okay, that's great. And what we'll say here is it sounds like they haven't heard much from your side, so I would say you got an opportunity to get mobilized. You heard it, and everything is always a balance on the issues. Soccer fields? Okay, last comment on soccer field. We're in lightning round.
So I think that when Eagle Point was Homeowners Association covenants, it came from the tribe, and it's a dark sky neighborhood. And so it's written into the covenants of all the property up there that you can't, in fact, have lights at night. But most of us I live a block away, support kids soccer. So maybe the issue isn't whether or not we put lights on that field, it's can we find a place to build more soccer fields during the daylight hours. So maybe there's instead of either or, maybe there's a third way.
Yeah, I know that applies to some other areas as well. But okay, if we move on. You know, some of these subjects, I hope we have follow-up meetings, and we will have a chance to, based on what's gone on here, kind of decide where we should have maybe a deeper dive on some subjects. But I want to get to some other subjects that are up here. There were multiple ones on your opinion or discuss what's going on, provide input on both sides of the discussion around the initiative and referendum, or were you willing to consider action or an item? Yes?
I can't hear.
How many here came to talk about the lights?
I just wanted to get a sense of what you were getting, the majority.
I hope you all don't, I'm not diminishing its importance, we just are kind of moving on. And I only had one on the lights, and I got an add-on at the last minute. So what I did was I prioritized them based on what I have the most cards from. So anyway, but that's it. Yes?
So maybe what would be the next step for those people that want to do something for the lights? Maybe if they understood.
Pro-lights?
Pro-lights.
So here's what all right, so what I would say is you can come to council meeting, or you can come to my meeting on Tuesdays. That Brian is there and Matt is there. I chair that the Parks and Public Works Committee. By the way, I was wrong about the prior thing. The house stuff goes to community development, so don't talk to me about tearing down houses. We just build a reminder. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, come to us, talk to us about it, and to be honest with you, talking to us is important because we allocate what money goes where. But working with Dan Marcinko and his group, that's a group that would execute on this too, right? So that's why I would recommend coming to my meeting. It's Tuesday at 5 o'clock. It's this coming Tuesday at 5 o'clock. It's basically the first and third Tuesday at 5 o'clock is the Parks and Public Works. That would be the most targeted way to get to, just because sometimes in council meetings, unless we have an agenda bill to approve or disapprove, there's not a lot of time for that.
Actually, a more targeted way would be to just email your council members and the mayor and say over and over again that you want lights, and say why, and say what the purpose is and what the benefits are. Because that's the opposite of what we're hearing from other folks that we hear from folks not constantly, but maybe a dozen times. We've got emails that said no lights at Janie Henson. If you're on that side of thinking that there's a benefit to putting lights, and we're not talking about 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night. We're talking about maybe 8 o'clock at night, just so there's some daylight, some light at nighttime during the winter months when soccer is played in the winter, to have that opportunity. So please, if you have that opinion, you can write all of us as council members and the mayor.
On every subject we're talking about today, you have an opportunity to go to the next step on democracy and citizen participation. And that is pick up the phone, send an email. In the old days, of fax. I guess I'm old, so maybe not a fax, but definitely. And follow up on the council meetings. And we may, when we wrap up, discuss whether this was a good idea and we want to do future ones. And so there might be an opportunity in some of these subjects. So let me get going on lightning round. Oh, we were gonna try to do the initiative discussion. I have a couple of questions around the initiative and referendum. Anyone want to make a comment about that? Floor is open. Peggy?
I would like to.
Hello. Okay, so I support initiative and referendum, and I moved early in 2018 for us to adopt it as council, but I didn't get a second. So you'll probably see me going door to door trying to get you to sign a petition. I think that it's just an example of how we can know exactly how people feel about things. And I think that for the mayor often to tell us that those who come to our council meetings, they don't represent the majority of our population. I think that if anything would do that, that would be the power of initiative and referendum. When you vote for people, you don't always agree on every policy they may feel one way or another on. And there have been elections when you've only had one person that you could possibly vote for because there was only one person that ran. So I feel that it just is practical for us to have the power of initiative referendum. They have the power in North Bend and Issaquah, the majority of cities in King County that are our size and larger. And Seattle's had these powers since 1908. I don't think that we have any examples of how it's been a devastation to have the powers of initiative referendum at the city level.
Okay. Anyone want to make a comment on that?
So I'll take the opposing position. How many people in the city of Snoqualmie right now? About 14,000? How many people are here tonight? I do not want to trivialize the decisions that are made by the council. The council has responsibility, and the time to go and analyze those issues down to where hopefully we're making an intelligent decision on your behalf. And your vote is, maybe we are, maybe we're not, but the election box is where you decide whether we are or not representing correctly. The participation you see tonight is not the level of participation that you really want making on some of those big decisions. Now, I'm not going to say I do support advisory votes. Okay? We've had discussions on multiple things about going out with advisory votes to find out a little deeper what's going on with the community and what they're thinking. But I don't want that final decision really driven by cursory looks at the data where we have a hard time at least getting the majority of the community to participate in voting in elections. Okay, so it's important that these issues that do come up that are important, that would be potential for referendum, really are analyzed and reviewed and discussed at very minute detail. And that's what you like these guys to do, these guys and gals.
All right, 30-second limits on responses. We're down to 16 minutes, and I've got 5 more questions.
Okay, so super quick. So Peggy's right. Most cities have it. It's exceedingly rarely used. The challenge that I'm not necessarily for or against it, the only representation I see on a regular basis of it is Tim Eyman. So this is Tim Eyman, this is who Tim Eyman is, and this is at the state level how it's used, initiative. So that's why transportation largely is a mess because he's repealed car tabs and stuff like that. So that's just one example. That's not how it's always used. One of the things to keep in mind is initiative reform cannot be used for land use. Okay, it cannot be used for land use, which is where there tends to be a lot of disagreement at any city or any county or any state in terms of how things are used. So it's not that I'm necessarily opposed to it. The biggest challenge I have with it is now you're asking the electorate to be educated enough to make a decision in the ballot box on something that is literally impossible for the electorate to be educated on enough. And so that's one of the challenges I have, but I'm not inherently opposed to it.
Okay, you have a comment on this, and this is the last one. If you guys don't, if we have time, we can go back. And people will, I think the council has agreed to hang around past 8:30 for a few minutes, or 20, 30 minutes, and for one-on-ones in case your issue was not discussed or you didn't have a chance to thoroughly discuss.
I'm curious, how many of you guys have jobs outside of city council? So